What prompted you to choose the two asset classes that you invest in?
Well, I started in '99 doing fix and flips. So I've been in my own backyard for 27 years. The multifamily for me was something that happened after COVID because we manage rentals here in New Jersey. Part of our impact project going to low income areas. I come from those type of areas. So revitalizing those dilapidated properties. We did a lot of that in New Jersey. And basically after COVID, Jersey is a blue state. So it was a lot of tenant games. We just decided to divest that portfolio. We had a lot of New Yorkers coming over. Things were selling 30% over list price. So we just took the war chest to the southeast after we divested that portfolio and started doing bigger buildings in red states where we can do our impact on a larger scale. Same type of areas that we were investing in Jersey, low income areas, battered women and children. Things can't afford a bump. You have C plus, B minus properties based off of age and area, of course, age of the property and area. It's affordable housing is really what the goal is. So that's why we kind of took that to the southeast and we kept the strategy of the flips here and we moved to the higher tier, which was the luxury spec homes because we were doing a lot of affordable home flips to COVID was a pivot to kind of split those two verticals to kind of get a higher yield or diversification, not only asset class wide, statewide, right? So
Yeah, in terms of like asset class, you had really mastered this, low income, affordable housing, multifamily. And you, in terms of location, geography, you'd really mastered New Jersey. And so you were able to say, okay, let's diversify, let's split that, let's take the asset class we know into a new area. And then let's do a new asset class of this, higher end luxury flips within the geography that we've already mastered. That's kind of cool.
correct.
Love it. Now, we've talked a lot about risk, right? And capital stack and things like that. And you're evaluating an opportunity, right? Let's say either multifamily or, this ground up construction, a new purchase. What risks are you really focusing on that you maybe think new investors often overlook?
I just thought of something Jim Rohn said. He said, everything is risky. Getting married is risky. Going to work is risky. Waking up is risky. Favorite quotes. Yeah, I mean, it's really, COVID taught us a lot about underwriting, stress testing, making sure that you kind of try to plan to get punched in the face, right? Mike Tyson say, everybody has a plan to get punched in the face. Setting it up there with plan C and D instead of just plan A and B. Sometimes you hit the target, sometimes you won't, right? You've been investing long enough, you know something is bound to go wrong, which can affect yields and return. The main thing is communication to investors immediately, loud and proud to keep them abreast of what's going on and what you're doing about it. And those are the sponsors that you see investors ride with. People have transparency and can openly share the challenges they have and what they're doing to overcome it.
I love systems, frameworks, things like that. And so I'm curious in your business, maybe if we looked at just like your acquisition decisions, right? Because you've got to have deal flow with what you're doing. What kind of systems or frameworks do you use in your acquisition part of your business so that you're not just relying on gut instinct alone?
Well, we have a SOP, first and foremost, the standard operating procedure of, how things are done from underwriting to submitting a deal to the lender for approval. It's a whole bunch of processes, SOPs on insurance. We use a lot of automations. We have some AI stuff that we've integrated over the last year that makes the work a little bit easier for the team members, like they have an assistant, stuff like that. Created bots to kind of help us do certain things. We always manually underwrite. We tried to build certain things in the AI, but it hallucinates a lot, and we don't want to
Right.
take that risk of using information from AI for underwriting. What we found is it does 60% of the work for you, and you have to manually go in and finalize everything else. So it makes it easier to underwrite more deals to kind of like block out the ones that don't fit a certain criteria and just really focus on the ones that do. And basically, that's pretty much it. Just the SOP systems and processes, some AI stuff. Then also, sitting at the table with the team voting on it to make sure that everybody is in agreement with moving forward with this asset.
You say that, Fuquan, you say it so like matter of fact, right? It's like no big deal for you. We got SOPs and everybody, votes on it. Because I think you've been doing it for
Oh,
so
you're
long and
actually
you really
what I do. Yes, I don't know what
well,
everybody else do. I mean, as a business owner, to be honest with you, I've been doing this for 27 years. These are things that I started to implement when I joined masterminds, right? And started to learn how a business operate, the four parts of a business: people, strategy, execution, cash. And you have to have rocks. If you
mhm.
want your company off EOS, Gino Wickman, rocks and everything else. But you have to have goals, which are rocks: 10-year plan, 5-year plan, 1-year plan, quarterly plan, weekly huddles to get to the monthly goals, whatever it is, right? The people, strategy, execution, and cash, having goals on those four parts of the business every month will get you traction. And those
Right.
part of the systems and processes, right? That's the foundation of the business. And it took me, as I was saying, a long time to learn that. Maybe after like 17 years, 18 years of doing business, I understood that you need a team, you need reliable people, you need systems, processes, SOPs. So yeah, when I first
Mhm.
started, first 5, 7 years of my business, I had no SOPs. I had to retrain a new hire every time they came in instead of setting up Loom videos and processes and lucid charts and all this
Mhm.
other stuff. So, but those are the foundational points that no one wants to do. But if you don't have those in your business, you got to land a plane, do it because I was the owner building a plane while flying in the sky, and it's not fun.